pretend. Pull the trigger, my heart beats fast. Every second, the future's the past. One shot, don't ask me why. It's scalp or die. It's scalp or die. Oh, scalp or die. I'm living on the edge. Every tick, every breath I hedge. Scalp or die, the thrills my high. Win or lose, I kiss the sky. The screen's glowing, it's 3 a.m. Charts are moving, I'm chasing them. Candle whispers, they speak in flames. Risk is the devil, but I play his game. Quick moves, no time to cry. It's scalp or die, it's scalp or die. Scalp or die, I'm living on the edge. Every tick, every breath I hedge. Scalp or die, the thrills my high. Win or lose, I kiss the sky. Green and red, they're my only friends. 1 minute charted, never pretend.
Good evening, guys. Good evening. Good evening. Happy New Year, everybody. How's everybody doing? Somebody give me a sound check, mic check. Let me know if everything is good. Happy New Year, Mikey. How are you? Good evening. Good evening. Good evening. We are trading CFDs as always in Asia Trade. Asia Trade is back. We are going to trade our accounts at Think Markets and Think Capital. So all of the QR codes are right up there. Just stick your phone on the screen and get all the discounts you possibly can. This is the last day actually of all the good discounts. So please be sure to get all the discounts. I already loaded up on my Apex accounts. You guys should have loaded up on Think accounts because they're really, really good deal. And it's all going to go away. It's 30-40% discounts. So those are really, really, really valuable. You're going to notice something different in Asia. We're going to slow things down a lot starting in this new year. And you're going to see that I'm basically trading the 5-minute chart instead of the 1-minute chart, which means there'll be a lot fewer trades, but hopefully they'll be a little bit more meaningful. Maybe we'll do 1 or 2 trades per session instead of doing like 10 trades like we always do. But they are going to give us better risk-reward ratios and hopefully be a little bit more meaningful. So I basically have 3 instruments that we're looking at. We have US 30, we have NAS, and we have gold. And this is the absolute brand new version of the range indicator. If you guys want to get this range indicator, hey, how are you? I'm going to be doing irregular Tuesday, Wednesday. I'm really trying to stick to a Tuesday, Wednesday schedule, Mikey. So every Tuesday, every Wednesday, those are the 2 busiest days of trade. I'm going to try and do Asia trade 7:45 to 9 o'clock New York time. And hopefully, hopefully we get some moves. Generally, we get moves in gold, but occasionally we get moves in NAS as well. So we're going to try and work those things. Yes, yes. Those of you who are interested in the strategy, let me give you I'm giving you a link here that you guys can all download, which is the jackhammer strategy. It's a PDF of the various ideas that I have. A lot of them are on the 1 minute chart in this particular PDF that you guys have. But what we're going to do is we're going to slow things down in Asia and go on the 5 minute chart. And I'm just basically going to trade like 1 or 2 trades per session, but hopefully tactically more intelligent. And let me explain to you basically the general idea of what I'm doing. As a matter of fact, right now I'm actually, I think I'm gonna hit target on US. You can see that I'm long US 30 here from, I don't know, where the hell was I long from? From like 38, 37. I'm targeting 40, 49.50 off of this neon green signal over here, right? And I'm going to explain to you the strategy. It's really very, very simple. Remember, everything is momentum based, right? The difference is that when you're looking at the 5 minute charts, those charts tend to have, and this is, oh my God, I can't even get it down. You see, look at the trend. This thing has been so above trend that it's been literally hours. It basically has been uptrend since 9:30 this morning. That's the US 30. And what you see in that massive move, of course, as I'm trading with trend, is every time I get a neon green label, that's a higher high within a trend slice, right? Every one of these, this is an 8-period SMA. Sometimes it dips, creates a red slope, and then it comes back up to green slope. And as long as I have a higher high on the signal, I try to take it. And the general strategy that I use is I'm looking at this range session, which in this case, when I first started out, it was around 24, 25 points. And excuse me, the stop is basically the range structure, which is around 25 points, and target is about 50% of range. So right now my target is 550, 49.55.50. Hopefully we get there soon. Where are we? We're at 48 on the offer. We'll see. We'll see if it. I'm 5 points away. See if this trade hits. But that's sort of like the idea. The idea is to basically trade 5 minute charts, 1 or 2 really good tactical trades, primarily with trend. We could, consider on these 5 minute charts counter trend trades as well. But as you can see, they're nowhere near, especially in a strong trend like this, they're nowhere near as good. Doesn't mean that the trend trades always work, because one of the key things you can see here is that when you have such a just gigantic power move one way, sometimes it's kind of like you top ticking the retrace, and the tick is just simply the top move here. So this particular trade wouldn't have worked earlier in the session, but then all of these trades around, well, this is like 1600, not much. I mean, none of these, honestly, these are not trades that I would have taken, because we basically had a full day of 0 signals in US 30. On the other hand, if you were looking at NASDAQ, you had a whole bunch of really, really beautiful trades. Like the absolute perfect structure for our idea is you have moving averages one above the other, so trend is continuously up. You have these little dips and then resurgences, dips and resurgences, dips and resurgences. Really creates unbelievably accurate signals. As a matter of fact, we might get a green label, neon green label in NASDAQ, and that could give us a trade too. This is a 23, 24 point range in NASDAQ. So that would be like kind of a 25 point stop, 12 point target if we get a signal on here. On the other hand, when we're looking at gold is really, really reversing. Gold broke especially if you looked at the futures. The futures was the 4,500 price, and it pretty much broke support very, very badly on the price. And gold is kind of actually negative trend, and actually coming down towards turning negative trend on the big scale, which is interesting, so there is we don't have any official trades in gold, but when you have these kind of big momentum moves, it's worth a shot. Like I don't have a problem selling this gold trade here. Although, where are we at? This is right into support over here, but I guess 477. This is a big move. Went 490, to 482, 8-point drop. I don't think, it feels to me like gold wants to sell a little bit more. So maybe we'll sell gold here for all right, we'll just I want to sell it, but I'll adjust my stops and targets here, and I want to kind of adjust my target. The range is really, really big. Let me get my glasses. Where are my glasses? What's the range here? There's a 12-point range. So if I have let's say a 6-point stop against yeah, this is pretty good, like around a 3-point target, sort of a 1 to 2 risk reward ratio. Let's see if my stop is above this breakdown point. This is not an official trade because the actual sell trade was over here, and I'm only taking just one trade per structure on a 5-minute chart. But if I wanted to kind of speed things up, I could try looking at all the trades, and you're going to get more signals here. So I'm basically taking this momentum signal to the downside and using the length of the signal to about half the size to see if I can get any kind of movement over here to the downside. It's not not a great trade, but we've got nothing else going on here. It just sort of shows you that the key thing that I kind of wanted to show you is that the 5-minute chart gives you fewer signals, but they are definitely much more durable, as far as quality goes. And I think that's important. I have a lot of comments here. Nirabad says he's gonna try. Now the PDF is on the 1-minute time frame, but it's the same concepts, and you can basically extend it on the 5-minute. You think gold is going to make an upthirst today, which means it'll hit the weekly high today, and when liquidity is taken, it will go to sell position strongly. Okay, you may be right. Maybe this was just a stop hunt over here, but it feels to me like they ran the 450 and Asia's kind of opening up. It's just been selling in Asia, so we're going to follow the selling until it proves us wrong. We always want to try to trade near-term momentum. In this case, clearly the near-term momentum is all negative. You can see that the neon red labels mean it's a set of lower lows, and obviously if you started here, you would have been a lot better off. But I'm kind of selling the last third row just as an example of this stuff. US 30 in the meantime just teased our target at 50 and has not yet quite hit it. What's NASDAQ doing? NASDAQ might actually, we have the first label, which is a lower high. And if we get a second label here, which will be a neon, remember neon green is what gives us the signal. The green is just the setup candle, but the neon green gives us a signal. That would be interesting because first of all, they'll probably put us near the Asian session highs, which is interesting because I think that could mean that they want to, they really ran NASDAQ on the close of New York, really strong rally in the last hour, very, very surprising. And that strong rally may have some continuity in Asia. Market's just kind of feeling very frisky. I think they're sort of after Venezuela, there's been kind of a release of risk, and maybe that's why gold, by the way, is kind of coming off a little bit on the idea that as U.S. gets more and more control over that situation, that really is very, very positive U.S. Geopolitically, because it throws the Chinese and the Russians out of the Western Hemisphere, puts us back in charge, and gives us control over a lot of oil. Although, of course, I don't know if you guys have been hearing that Trump now wants to take over Greenland, which should be interesting. All the Europeans are, of course, a flutter. They're like saying it's going to be the end of NATO. I guarantee you one thing: if America takes over Greenland, if they buy it or they just decide to take it over, I guarantee you it will not be the end of NATO. Nobody's going to abandon the American nuclear umbrella for Greenland. I actually just really interesting. I heard that if you think about this, there's something like 50,000 people in Greenland. If you offered them $1 million for U.S. citizenship, it's only $50 billion, and it would be a huge strategic asset to us. So it all gets very interesting in the age of Trump, for sure, for sure. What's going on over here? Oh, I got stopped out. You guys are right. The gold really reversed. So the gold kind of stopped us out on this big reversal. I mean, this wasn't a setup trade, anyways. I just sort of took it on a momentum basis. But it still looks negative to me. It still looks like it doesn't really want to. I mean, until we kind of stabilize, the slope turns. This is just very choppy. We just got stopped out on a bad tick. This is really bad. I'm gonna sell it again. Why not? Let's sell it again. Oops. This looks like a very negative move. This time I'm gonna just basically put my stops all the way above this move, and let's see what we can do. This is just a bad tick against us. Good evening, guys. Good morning to everybody. Who's coming to me from Asia? Who's coming to me from Europe? Who's coming to me from US? Say hello to me. Tell me where you guys are from. Tell me what you're doing. I'm basically making the argument that we want to slow things down, trade the 5-minute chart. Don't go, don't get crazy on the signals all the time. Try to go for longer, better, more meaningful signals in Asia. Although gold just obviously it would have been great if we started the gold at 7 o'clock, but I can't. Markets are not cooperative as to when they want to rally. I'm short again. Boom again. That took the. See the trade went down. As I said, fresh lows in Asia session. I'm going to plow more into it. When they break the fresh lows, we definitely want to go lower. I want to plow more into it. See if we can, and again, I'm going to stay way above this, and if I need to, I'll add my add more to the position, because I think, as I said, this feels like a risk reversal trade today in gold. So we'll just trade it, trade the momentum to the other side. Again, this is a hot pink, fresh selling lows. Although, what do we have? We have about a minute to go. So this has to stay this way for a minute in order for us to hold this. But it looks like it's probably going to make fresh lows for us again. Let's see. Gold is literally could possibly be reversing itself on the large 5-minute time frame, which is very significant. See if we can get hit. What's that? 80.93. Got 20 seconds left. If this thing stays pink, I'll still stay short this thing. Two, one. All right, short. I'm going to put myself back up above here. What's going on over here? Boom, I'm done on all of them. So we got done on all those trades. That's nice. I didn't even get a chance to move my stops because it takes so much while. But you see, they're breaking lows. That's a classic move here. Once we get to the 200 SMA, you definitely don't want to be shorting into the 200 SMA. But this has been a big reversal, a clear signal. There was like liquidation in gold. that worked for us. Anybody take that short trade with me? You got wicked out. Yeah, that's why I went right back in, because I knew it was a, once I saw that it was a wick reversal, that is, it wicked me out and it came right back up into a pink label. I went short with it. Yeah, updated labels with the higher highs, lower lows is really, really nice. Makes it super easy, very, very intuitive to trade. Very, very intuitive to trade. US 30 doing nothing, very, very quiet. Just like that 10-point move is has been an hour in the making. Let's see what. So here's Nasdaq. Nasdaq is still very much positive trend. I want to get rid of this actually. I don't want to trade. I don't want the counter trend. I only want trend signals here. So we're going to go to A setup and just simply do trend signals so that we can stay on the greens. Again, if there's a move here above the 76, you want to be a buyer, because again, the idea is if they start taking out, what we love, the perfect trade we love is like a neon green or a neon red off session high, session lows. I'll show you how that works in replay here. You can kind of see exactly what I mean here. So let's just go over here. We'll select bar. Select bar here. Why is this not working? Not letting me do replay here. It's not. What is this going on with the replay? Okay, here we go. All right. So this is New York. I'm just going to play this for you just to kind of show you how things go. What we love is boom. Look, we are session highs, neon green, right? I want to be long this thing in that particular case because the probability of it going higher is quite strong, right? Boom, 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 and breaks the fresh highs, fresh highs, fresh highs. Again, same idea. We took out the session highs, neon green. I want to get long again, and boom, 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 we make fresh highs, right? So now we're at 1500. Session highs over here. Take this neon, and it takes out the fresh session highs. It's just this is like a very, very quality trade. When you have the momentum moves at session highs or session lows, you can really do well. Now it's just we're just in the middle of Nasdaq over here, but the same idea on gold the opposite way, right? So on gold here, if I go, I just do count, just for argument's sake. I'm just going to do counter trend, just for argument's sake, and I'm going to go select bar. So we're going to start Asia. So here's Asia session, right? Fresh lows, hot pink. I want to take that trade. It's going to go lower. Goes lower. Fresh lows, hot pink. Right over here, same thing. I want to keep shorting that into momentum. Boom, boom, boom. Fresh breaks, and you can see we're really breaking now, right? Now the thing is, it's crossing a 200 period SMA. Now it's like that's a pretty decent support level over here. And if you wanted to play around with this thing, let me get rid of replay. If you wanted to really, wait, let me see. Where's my trade panel? What happened to my? Oh, here it is. Okay. If I wanted to kind of just buy support here for a quick bounce, maybe I'll buy support. So let's do this. Underneath here. We'll see if I can survive this. Probably not, but give it a shot. This is the 200. We kind of broke it. We're really, really liquidating. So maybe not. This is a really, really big momentum trade. But I still think that around this level, it's just going to bounce. Not necessarily that this is a long-term buy, but I think it's a bounce buy. So I'm just kind of trying to see if I could, scalp it out here because basically nothing else is going on. So might as well have fun with it. All right, buy a little bit more here. See if we can get out at this level. Move my stops. It just takes these things are very slow a little bit slow to adjust for the fast scalping that I'm trying to do here. But I think it's let's see if I can just get a little bit on the pop side here. It's my entry 74. 74 is my pop. Let's see if it comes up. Yep, and that the reason why I was buying it again, it's sort of just a instinctual old contrarian play. You had the 200, you had a big move over here. Doesn't mean that long term doesn't we couldn't have liquidation all the way down, but this was a natural place. If you're going to place buy support, you actually want to buy that closed dip here underneath the 200, but give yourself some room for a recovery. So I said I'm going to trade the 5 minute. We're going to do slow trades, but I might as well scalp around the position anyways. The only slow trade that I have going on here is this one, which is very much consistent. I basically bought this. Where's my? Oh, here you go. It's got to go trend. Oops, sorry. Nope. Trend only. So really been holding this thing. I think I've been holding it since over here. Trying to trade the 450. We came within one tick on this one. Let's see what NASDAQ has. NASDAQ still doesn't have that green. What I'd love to see is like a big neon green near session highs. But right now, I don't have anything like that in NASDAQ. Still very, very quiet. MB says he's waiting for the Asia gold bump. Yeah, it's it looks like it's Asia gold liquidation today, but it may be coming. We'll give it a shot. We'll see how it trades out. Like this is clearly you see how it finds support at the 200 SMA, and that's a good place to play it, to the upside. But otherwise, there's not much going on here. This is still preserving its positive trend, but we would need like 10-15 minutes of consolidation, a change to green slope, and really like a good long time for this thing to come back towards like the 44.90 before you would feel that you could get a upside trade in this thing. But at least it's giving us some price action. Even on the 5 minute chart, it's still letting us, giving us a chance to trade it, which is good. Still staying underneath here. I mean, if it gets another 5-10 minutes of this, it's actually going to change negative, and it doesn't look like we're going to get any bounce in gold. It's really a big liquidation. We had a basically 4,500 to 44.7, $30 move here in gold. It's a pretty big move. Gold is always a fear trade, right? It's always a fear trade. The moment you have a little bit of fear going out of the market, it always creates opportunities for some profit taking. But I want to show you how good this thing is. Just, if you sort of very disciplined, you take like 1 or 2 trades per day as far as the setup, just how good it is at picking great, trend entries over here on gold here, pretty much all the way, all day long, right? All day long. Very few trades here that did not work. I mean, every one of these trades worked for at least 3 or 4 points to the upside with a basically 1-to-1 ratio, right? If you traded four up, 4 down, or 5 up, 5 down, you pretty much hit winners all the way through here. Maybe this is the only one where you top ticked, but everywhere else was nice and clean, straight up the trend. Really, really nice. And Monday was the same thing, right? Monday was a really, really clean trend. Gold has just been a really great trending thing. And on a 5-minute chart, it makes few signals, but they are so clean. You had one in the morning, and then unfortunately you don't have one for like another 3 hours as it kind of misses it. But this whole zone, like I've been saying, that to me, the absolute best window to trade gold every single day is between 7 and 9 New York, right? It's basically 7 to 9 New York, and probably 7 to 9 in the evening, which is 7 to 9 Asia. Those are the 2 best times. So if you go like somewhere around here, again, somewhere around here, the signals that you find here are generally, especially, if you go with trend during those signals, they're really, really good. Like if we go, even if you took this one, which was kind of a tepid signal, 97, it still was good for about 4 or 5 points. Like it had, nice clean trade here. And then the first negative signal here, I guess, on the move here, it did have a big retrace. You had about a 10-point retrace, but then it really, really extended to the downside. So it gave you a good, good trend signal here. This was choppy. This makes sense. It was choppy. It was the 31st of December. You obviously right before New Year's. You don't want to be trading that. But no trend signals here, because this was all kind of gave up the trend here in gold. And this was really, really trendy here. So between this trend, you see it opens up a massive trend here for 50, 60 points. So really a big move. So you can really see, like in this time frames, these are the best moves. And then if you want to go to Asia, let me move you. This is what? This is Wednesday, 24th. No, that's holiday. But if we go back to this is just a big trend move here. Unfortunately, the first signal was over here. So unless you were looking for multiple signals, if you just said to yourself all, you wouldn't have had them. But if you were just looking for just continuity signals, again, this is the best time. This is where you have the from 7 to 9, or like maybe 8 to 9:30. That's the best quality signals in terms of more continuity in those signals than you're going to find anywhere else. We found a bottom a little bit at this session lows here, but now we just kind of waiting to see if it wants to continue a little bit more. You can see that all of Asia has just basically been all red signals. So if you just took those, like I did, you just traded down momentum, you were fine. NASDAQ looks like it's not really holding its bid. We're actually at session lows on Asia. So we'll watch this signal. If this signal stays pink, neon red, we'll sell NASDAQ because NASDAQ looks, NASDAQ is just kind of got rejected off the highs. And if it stays at session lows with a neon red trade, we got 4 minutes to go. So we'll see if it holds. US 30 just missing our target by a tick or two all morning long here, which is, we've been in this trade forever. Generally, by the way, if you've been in a trade for more than 5 or 6 bars, it's very problematic. Like these trades, you want to resolve these trades within 5 candles. It's a really good rule of thumb. Maybe I'll just get out of this trade because it's been forever. I've been literally in this trade since here. I've been here for almost 2 hours. So no point. It doesn't look like it's going anywhere. NASDAQ's still holding pink a little bit here. Whereas gold is found the session bottom here. And we'll see how it wants to trade. Maybe you're right. MB trades. Maybe this is the gold bump. We have a white dot. It's a reversal trade. We'll see if it works. What if this shows? I wonder if it shows execution marks. Oh yeah, it does. You can actually see me, selling here. That's good to know. So I can show you the execution marks here. Oops. So the smart thing to do is to wait very patiently until we get a green neon signal if we want to go long. But we're going to get a little more aggressive here. If this white dot holds, this is a reversal signal. This is the session low. We're just going to trade against the session low. See if gold actually did find a bottom a little bit and ready to mingle for a trade up. But it's got to give me a white dot here for me to make a trade. So I'm going to wait for this 55 seconds to go, and if it happens, we'll take the trade. And if it doesn't, we'll wait patiently because either the session holds in the next candle or the candle after that start to consolidate, or this was not a good signal and not worth taking. How's NAS? NAS still looks negative, man. 11 seconds on NAS. Low on the session. I don't love this candle because it's not quite at the session lows, but we'll give it a shot. Why not? Let's sell it. Oops, sell. Okay. Oh, the US 30. I gave up and starting to rally back up towards the 450 level, but we'll see. It's very choppy. Really, really choppy. Look at this price. There's just like zero directionality here. Gold, on the other hand, comes back on the white dot here. So that's pretty good indication that they did find a little bit of a bottom here. Let's see if it holds. Typical choppy trade in all the indices in Asia. Gold is the only one of interest for us. Really, it's almost like a waste of time to trade indices in Asia because they're so slow moving. It's just because I'm bored and I'm trying to find ideas. Yeah, I definitely don't want to. You definitely don't want to take the trades on non-neon labels. Yes, you can see that the neon labels have much higher probability of continuity, right? That's what we're looking for. NASDAQ come down? Oh, look, NASDAQ is finally coming down here. Session lows here, but not really moving anything. Gold looks like it wants to test the Asia session lows here around this 470 level. So we're going to just be patient with it. See if in the next 10, 15 minutes it gives us anything. And if it doesn't, it doesn't. It gave us a lot of good trades to the downside on the momentum side. And now it could just be chopping. What I think NQ goes, NQ is just chop. I mean, maybe it breaks down a little bit. But generally in Asia, you have very little direction in indices unless something big is happening. There's no news to catalyze it. Really, the only trade to do in Asia session is gold. Like if you want, high quality continuity trades or even reversal trades. I mean, look at US 30. US 30 had 500-point move during the US session. It has not been able to move more than 7 points. 1/100th of its move in the last hour. All right, gold is making higher lows here. That's positive. Now it just needs to close above this thing. 30 seconds left on this candle. I doubt it's gonna run. But maybe the next candle shows us a bounce. But generally, we've been able to hold off the session lows. So that's positive. I want to buy gold, not because it's just because I'm bored and I'm anticipating that it looks like it's made a bottom. I don't have really, really great indication of it. And my point is, like, I think if it comes in here, I may just add a little bit to the position. But I mean, this goes into the do as I say, not as I do category. where I don't have a signal. I just basically, it looked to me like it was holding the bottoms, and I got to go in like 10 minutes. So I just wanted to see if I could get a trade with you guys off the move here. And I may pay the price, but at least, I have a rational stop, below the session lows here. The idea is we've had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 25 minutes holding the session lows. Are the buyers going to come back? That's what I'm basically betting on, the fact that buyers are coming back here. Let's see if I'm right. Meantime, taking a look at NASDAQ. It's at session lows. You know what? I'm just going to move my target over here just to see if it can take out the session lows for me. Come on, baby. It's, what am I bid? I am at 52 bid. So it's got to, just teasing me. Nothing much going on. NASDAQ's really, really boring trade. I'm gonna get out of this trade. It's not coming down. It's not coming up. Not worth it. Gold is really the only interesting story here, and it's just it's struggling to hold support here. So we'll just see if we want to join it in this move here. It's basically oscillating around the 200 period SMA right now. Trying to see if we get some fresh buyers into the move. Tomorrow, don't forget, we're going to trade ISM services. I'm going to start at 9, but we're going to go all the way to like 11 probably tomorrow. So come join me. Be sure to come join me. We're going to trade stock index futures. And this should be very, very interesting. I got funded. I funded, those of you guys who were with me earlier today, remember that account that I was like halfway towards funding? I funded it as the day went by off of like this quality 5-minute signal. Right now, I don't have any quality 5-minute signals, so I'm just putzing around with you guys. But I did wait patiently until we got the breakout move in the afternoon, and I funded that account. So that would be another funded account that we're going to be trading. Yeah, gold is not really having a lot of gold is breaking to fresh lows here, which is not or testing session lows. We'll see if it can hold session lows. NASDAQ is turning itself around too. US 30 finally starting to break out. Now US 30 finally showing the trade that I like, which is session highs, neon green. So that's going to be a trade we definitely want to take here if it holds. Still really, really slow. This is not exactly a sign of confidence to have this kind of choppy. It's choppy with a slight upward bias kind of a move. Gold breaks fresh lows. So gold does not hold session lows. It's actually big momentum sell for us. Let's sell it. Let's sell it. It's a sell trade. Oof! Wow! Look at that. That was just so fast. That was literally, we sold it and it totally hit target. Let's sell it again. Let me see what and then we'll buy the US 30 because it did run through the highs with this. Although Didn't really end on the highs, which just doesn't give me a lot of confidence, but all right, we'll give it a shot. I'll press this gold trade. Yeah, guys, it's like we're now negative trend actually, 8 below the 200. So the intelligent thing is to just kind of hold really, really wide stops on this, because this now becomes kind of a negative positional trade in gold. That's pretty negative to break the 5-minute SMA. So we'll just stay patient on this move. I'm not trading MNQs. I'm trading CFDs. At nighttime, we trade for our partner Think Capital, which is trading CFDs. So this is not futures trading. This is CFD trading. That's why the prices are all different. And the US 30, look at that. We took that. Did that just get done? Oh, the US 30 long got done. We were like, I wasn't even paying attention. That was a nice, easy, that was, again, the classic, let's take the session highs with the green neon stick. That's really the best setup there is. 5-minute chart, taking out session highs on a neon green, neon red, generally is going to really work for you. Even this trade, it may take like an hour because you got to be super patient with this thing, but it's eventually going to come back down here and make targets. I'm happy to short against this into the move, because I think gold looks like it's crossing moving averages, looks like it's really starting to accelerate to the downside as Asia decides to now take some profits here. Doesn't mean there won't be a bounce back, but I think we'll still have like a lot more profit taking. This is a big distribution from like 450 almost to 465. So 4450 would be the first area of true support. This is all retrace activity. I'm just going to layer out against this. It's really annoying. It takes a while to adjust the stops and targets on this. The first layer trade just actually TP'd without me even being able to move the target a little bit more. So I'll wait patiently here a little bit more. I'm gonna have to go soon, guys. But yeah, I mean, as long as you kind of stay on the side of the neon lights, you're going to be generally guided in the right direction when you're scalping. I really wanted to be very good and just do one trade per session, but we're never going to do that. But if you are being intelligent, you should really just do positional trades. Like if you're trading positionally, you absolutely have great opportunity. Like if you just sort of took one or two of these trades, they were all so clean. Like if you go first highs, first lows, just this one, great. This one was great. This one was good. Like literally every single one of the first highs, first lows is a really, really quality trade. Now I'm just, I'm chasing momentum here, which always, I got to sell a little bit more here. I'm late. I should have sold a little bit higher. All right, whatever. Boom. And you know, another downward. See, you just as long as you stay on the right side of the flow, you generally should be okay. But the really good habits, the proper habits, the habits that do you well. You know, my job is to kind of show you the setups, and you guys can then, of course, build the proper. Because it's not obviously it's not how I trade my own account. I don't just blast away at every single trade. I try to stay very disciplined on just these first or second level labels. But my argument is that, you know, if you just move away to the 5-minute chart, you stay on the neon side, on the right, on the neon side that's showing up, you're generally going to be in a very high probability setup most of the time, right? And that will definitely give you some really great trades. So hopefully you guys enjoyed that. I really, you know, the new version of the indicator is super easy to understand, has all this flexibility. You can make it, you know, multiple signals, single signals, trend signals, counter trend signals, both signals, everything on the charts. Be sure to scan and get the Think accounts, get the Apex accounts. I'm going to put the Think link, and also put the Apex link is very important because they're going away today. It's actually 90% off. So go get those accounts right now because we're going to trade them very, very heavily tomorrow against the ISM. All right, guys, I'm going to leave you because I got to run. I got to put my daughter to bed. Any final questions? Anything on your mind? Let me know. Otherwise, I'm going to see everybody for the New York session tomorrow. Okay? Everybody have a good night. Thanks a lot. Hopefully you guys had fun today. Talk to you guys soon. Bye-bye.